Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone wherever you may be listening to this. My name is Jason, and this is From Heroes to Icons, and we are going over our must-have comics for February 26, 2020. Today is Thursday, February 20th, at the time of this recording, and it's a great day to be alive in the comic book community. I want to give a shout out to my LCS, Bailey's Comics, and Trung, the owner. You can find him at 282 North Wellwood Avenue in Lindenhurst, Long Island, New York. A great comic book shop where you can find each and every book that you would ever need, especially on New Comic Book Day. And he gets that shout out for Batman 89 and for the upcoming Year of the Villain, Arisen #3. But it's just great for you guys listening to me every week, looking to see what's coming up ahead. And I was looking to make a video concerning the Batman, not just this new movie with Robert Pattinson, but just Batman in film in general, because it seems like everybody has an opinion. And of course, I have an opinion, so why not? What are you guys' thoughts on that? Should I make a video talking about the Batman and the history of it and the future of it and what have you? But, we shall see. But I'm not going to hold you long. We're going to run through these books real quick. And, a very robust week, such as last week. We have another big week this week. We're going to start off over here at DC Comics. First up, we have Action Comics 1020 by Brian Michael Bendis and John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. is doing cover A, and Lucio Perillo is doing cover B. I'm falling off on that, but I guess one Batman book and one Superman book is enough for some of us. Maybe if Action Comics does better, then we'll pick it back up. Basket Full of Heads #5 by Joe Hill and Leo Mox. And we only have one cover for that, and that is by Riko Murakami. Batgirl 44 by Cecil Castellucci and Cian Dormi. Cover A is by Giuseppe Camacoli, and cover B is by Terry Dodson. No one really talks about this book, even though people just grab it for the cover Bs. Really good read. Batgirl has become in the last couple of years that I've been grabbing it. Batman Beyond 41 by Dan Jurgens and Sean Chen. Cover A is by Dustin Nguyen, and cover B is by Francis Manapul. Another, seemed like Batman just reigns supreme a whole lot, if he's written and drawn right. One of my favorites, Batman Curse of the White Knight, #7, written, drawn, and both covers by Sean Murphy. This guy is on fire. For whatever reason, I just love his artwork, and I love this book. But maybe we'll do a review after the entire series is over. Batman Superman #7 by Joshua Williams and Nick Darrington. Nick Darrington is doing cover A, and Andy Kubert is doing cover B. Crisis on Infinite Earths, 100-page giant #2. I got one cover for that, but I believe there are two different covers for this. The comic book stores will have one, and Walmart will have a different cover for that. Detective Comics 1020 by Peter Tomasi and Brad Walker. Cover A is by Brad Walker, and cover B, another magnificent piece of art by Lee Bermejo. We got $2 comics from DC this week, Amethyst #1 and Flash Volume 2 #1. Far Sector #4 by N.K. Jemisin and Jamal Campbell. And I believe besides #1, this is the first issue to have variant cover. Cover A is by Jamal Campbell, and cover B is by Ijuri. Japanese cat, I believe. Next, we have Flash 123, the facsimile, This storyline is The Flash of Two Worlds. This is a definite must pick up, since I believe that book is priced pretty high. The Last God #5 by Philip Kennedy and Riccardo Federici. Very good, awesome fantasy book. Red Hood Outlaw 43 by Scott Lobdell and Chris Cross. Dan Mora is doing cover A and Philip Tan. Rain in Threes on the cover B. Shazam #11 by Jeff Johns and Dale Inglesham. Seems like the book was late for a while. It seems to be on a steady pace right now. Cover A is by Inglesham and cover B is by Shane Davis. We have a Swamp Thing #3 100-page giant. Guess if you're into Swamp Thing, you can pick that up. Wonder Woman 752 by Steve Orlando and May Rayner. Gilliam March is doing cover A, and Jenny Frison gives us another dope cover B. Last book and the book of the week for DC Comics, Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen by James Tynion IV and Steve Epting. Cover A is by Steve Epting, and cover B is by Riccardo Federici. And there's a 99% chance that if you didn't have this on your pull list, you'll be paying inflated prices for it. I guess that's just the way it works right now. We got one book from Image Comics, and wow, this book is dope. Philadelphia #4 by Rodney Barnes and Jason Shaw Alexander. Cover A is by Jason Shaw Alexander, and cover B is by Eric Kennett. I got a few books, do we? We got 2 books for the indies this week. Folklords #2 by Matt Kind and Matt Smith. Matt Smith is doing cover A, and David Rubin is doing cover B. Mighty Morphing Power Rangers 48 by Ryan Perrott and Danielle DiNulio. Jamal Campbell is doing cover A. Montez has a foil cover for cover B, and Chris Anka is doing the card variant for cover C. Moving over to Marvel Comics, we got 2020 Forceworks #1 by Matthew Rosenberg and Jonathan Ramirez. Carlos Gomez is doing cover A, and Philip Tan is doing cover B. Straight up old school 90s throwback. Amazing Spider-Man #40 by Nick Spencer and Eben Colio. Ryan Otley is doing cover A, and Elizabeth Torque is doing a Gwen Stacy cover B. Coming off of the Star Brand storyline, we have Avengers 31 by Jason Aaron and what I believe to be a few different artists. This is a one-and-done storyline, I believe, that lands Tony Stark somewhere either in the past or in the future, in the Arctic somewhere. Cover A is by Geraldo Safino, and cover B is by J. Scott Campbell, and that is a Gwen Stacy variant. The Black Panther 21 by Tanase Coates and Ryan Badaheim. Daniel Acuna is doing cover A, and Dave Johnson is doing cover B. Me and my wife had a nice laugh. I think at one of the basketball games, they said Chadwick Boseman was from Wakanda. And I said, everybody keeps going crazy about this Black Panther thing, but nobody's buying the comic books. If you want to support black superheroes, not in just film, the Black Panther did come from a comic book first. And I say, put your money where your mouth is. Enough said. Falcon and Winter Soldier #1 by Derek Landy and Federico Vincentini. Cover A is by Dan Mora. Dan Mora's killing it on these covers lately. Cover B is by Butch Geis, and cover C is by Ben Gal. Fantastic Four Grim Noir #1 by Jerry Dugan and Ron Garney. Ron Garney is doing cover A, and Eduardo Risso is doing cover B. Nothing like the ever-loving blue-eyed thing doing some detective work. Ghost Rider #5 by Ed Brisson and Ron Fragara. And I have one cover for that, and that is by Aaron Cooter. We have Giant Size X-Men, Jean Grey, Emma Frost by Jonathan Hickman and Russell Dodderman. Dodderman is doing cover A. Cover B is by Derek Chu. Cover C is by Colio. Cover D is a 1 in 25 variant by Gerard Peral. Cover E is by Cale New, and that is an Unknown Comics exclusive. And that has 2 variant covers for that. Ravencroft number 2 by Frank Terry and Angel Anzueta. And I have 1 cover for that, and that is by Dan Brown. Star number 2 by Kelly Thompson and Javier Pina. Cover A is by Carmen Canero, and cover B is by Kivir Fagan. Star Wars number 3 by Charles Soule and Jesus Sayers. I'm just following Jesus Sayers for the artwork, even though I am a Star Wars fan. There's 3 covers for this, but I only have 1, and that is by R.B. Silva. We have 1 True Believers book, Iron Man 2020 War Machine. I guess those that are interested in that will pick that up. It's $1, so why not, right? We have Wolverine number 1 facsimile edition, and this is the Chris Claremont Sal Buscema Wolverine. X-Force number 6 by Ben Percy and Oscar Bazaldua. Yeah, I haven't read not 1 X-Force book. I guess I'm missing out. But then again, sometimes we miss out. X-Men Fantastic Four number 2 by Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson. Cover A is by Terry Dodson. Cover B is by Megan Hetrick, and that is the Flowers variant with Dr. Doom. And cover C is the second part of the Mark Brooks Connecting variant. X-Men number 7 by Jonathan Hickman and Lionel Francis Yu. Lionel Yu is doing cover A. Mike Del Mundo is giving us a Gwen Stacy cover for cover B. And cover C is by Jay Anacleto, which is an Unknown Comics variant. Fire. And I have an honorable mention, which most of the time I don't, but it just jumped out at me. And that's Suicide Squad number 2 by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, and that is cover B. Total cover by. And that is the books for the week of February 26th. Our covers of the week, we have Batgirl number 44, the Terry Dodson cover, of course. Batman Beyond 41, the Francis Manapul cover, one of my favorites, so of course. Batman Curse of the White Knight number 7, cover A by Sean Murphy, which so much reminds me of Zorro. And we have Philadelphia number 5, cover A, the Sean Alexander cover. You know this is going to be pure fire next week. Wonder Woman 752, the Jenny Frison cover. And our cover of the week is X-Men number 7, the Jay Anacleto Unknown Comics variant, which is a rip of, I think it's X-Men 140, right? By John Byrne. Excelente. The books of the week. Never had a facsimile on the books of the week, I don't think. But Flash 123, the facsimile edition, The Flash of Two Worlds. Detective Comics 1020, and I put that on there because I'm a fan of Brad Walker's artwork. Giant Size X-Men, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, of course, for all of our Dawn of X fans. Falcon Winter Soldier number 1. Gotta grab that. Even just grab number 1. One cover just because the television show is coming out. Batman Curse of the White Knight, number 7. You know I love my Curse of the White Knight. And our book of the week, of course, is Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, number 3. And that is the first full appearance of Punchline. Get it while you can. And that, my people, is it for this week. I will catch you, hopefully, at the same bat time and at the same bat channel. Peace.